And that is a Lissandra support. I didn't even clock that.
It's slightly atypical.
Into this, yeah. So bit of an unusual pick coming out there, but hey, it might not be bad. And obviously, Lissandra has been one of those champions that's been sitting on the perimeter of pick and ban for the last sort of couple of patches, so she keeps getting a few small buffs here and there. So maybe she is more adaptive for that bot support role. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out in the bot side. It'll be interesting to see what she can do against this Nautilus. Of course, with her being support, she's not going to reach those items as easily. She's not going to have that Rod of Ages stacking up, or she's not going to have that Zhonya's. So one Nautilus hook could be a good way to start a fight from Demise here onto that Lissandra. Equally, if she lands that E, manages to R herself and get the Galio on top, that's going to be a good engage from them. So yeah, this will be an interesting way to start off as we see everyone forming the lines of scrimmage. Rek'Sai has placed her ward, recalled, picked up the sweeping lens as they do.
Absolutely. I'd just like to point out as well from the championship like that. Yeah, absolutely, we've got a real one-mo combo on the side of Demise here, but we've got a lot of global pressure from the Shen, from the Galio. That's going to be able to support that bot lane should they decide to go, full-on bot lane, doesn't get to play League of Legends, or like really gunning for that Xayah. She's got a lot of escape tools and a lot of peel here as the minion wave starts to come crashing in.
Yeah, wonderful as we start off the game. Usual starts, it seems. Blue side start for Volibear and a red side start for Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai presumably going to clear that entire top side, reach that level 3, and look for a gank mid, I would presume. Potentially the same from Volibear. Might be looking to head either down to bot lane, pick up that red side, red buff, or cover the blue buff too.
Absolutely. We're slaying a little bit of open train, but it's quite a calm start so far, though. Grass Proc coming out in the top lane. Oh, Nautilus Hook lands onto the Xayah, and she's locked up. There shouldn't be too much of a drama to get away from that, but there's a little bit of a chunk of health on there. It's the danger of the Nautilus in the side brush.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about earlier. This Lissandra doesn't necessarily have a lot of ways of assisting that Xayah. She's more of a CC bot for herself, and hopefully that will give some good opportunities to the Demise squad.
Yeah, Demise is pushing out in pretty much every single lane. So you can see Volibear is taking his time to clear his own jungle, but Rek'Sai here coming into the mid lane. Tesco Knight's in a bit of trouble here. Flashes the top, but it's flash into knock up from the Rek'Sai, and this is a very dead Orianna. She's managed to get away for now. Is it phase rush Orianna? No, she's had to use both things. Okay, in comes Volibear, lands the stun, but doesn't quite manage to save the Orianna. The Galio going very, very low. Leon there, not quite able to save Tesco Knight.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I think I called it very early on that Rek'Sai is such a mobile champion to gank that mid lane with the tunnel under and with flashing sideways down the lane as opposed to flashing backwards towards the tower, leaves Tesco Knight a bit exposed and unable to get safely back to that tower. Unfortunately, Volibear not quite able to save him in time, and yeah, Orianna falls down for first blood.
So there you see the dredge lines just missing there from Dandy, and he's punished hard by the Lissandra popping that W, locking him in place. Now Leon here is in a bit of trouble. Joey there locking him up with the Glacial Prison, and the dredge line onto Sidebully, forced to use the cleanse, but he is in a ton of clip right now. Dandy goes down as well, and that is 3-0 to the side of Team Diamond Volcano.
Yeah, very good start from Team Dino involved.
It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Very good start from the red side here, using that to their advantage. Very smart of them. Why not? Picking up a couple of kills onto the Galio as well, which means he's going to get quite far ahead in his lane, which is not really what Orianna wants.
Absolutely.
But what can you do, eh?
Leon there just caught out, and I remember what you were saying is that possibly in the lane, Lissandra's not going to have so much of a good time against the Dandy, but that Ring of Frost locking you up instantly is actually very, very difficult if you're looking to disengage. So if the dredge line misses, or if any of the Demise squad are caught out of position here, that can be really punishing. However, it does put the Lissandra in a dangerous spot. So I'd like to see a bit more of that as Jojo going on the top. More fighting here in the mid lane. Tesco Knight's in trouble again. He needs to get away. He's hit the phase rush. He's able to run away. However, the Galio and the Volibear still chasing him. Gank here from Leon in the top lane, flashed away from by the British Poro.
Yeah, that was a really good flash there from the Shen. He was very, very close to taking that volley bear E to the face. I can't tell you what it's called. This new volley bear is like a mystery to me. But yeah, narrowly escapes the gank in the top lane, and Orianna is able to get out safely. She has got a bit of a farm lead over the Galio, which you do expect, but obviously that keeps her sort of a little bit even in gold whilst this Galio's picked up the kills. And yeah, very sensible of the Rec side to return to the flashless Orianna. It's what you want to see. From that sort of performance, from that sort of play. Once you blow the flash, you want to make sure you're returning to that scene, the scene of the crime.
Scene of the crime.
Scene of the crime. Yeah, getting them.
Murderers
always come back, right? So that's what they say, right?
So our top secret behind the scenes. So Volibear is Sky Splitter. There you go. You could put that in your back pocket.
Sky Splitter, right? Yeah, I'll try and remember.
I'll be honest. New Volibear is a bit of a mystery to me as well, despite his popularity in recent months. Absolutely. You see now a bit of a farm lead coming in for Tesco here, despite the amount of pressure that's been going down onto the mid lane. What do you want to see him do with this, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he's just got to sit back and play safe. I mean, he could look for a Rod of Ages build to really sort of cement that sort of tankiness and aim for that true late game. Equally, it could be the tier build, or it could just be the Luden's Echo. I don't quite know what he's going to go for. He's got the phase rush, so he's quite mobile, so that'd be good for dancing around these team fights later on. I like to see, especially with this sort of team comp, a nice sort of late game tanky Orianna would be quite good to really help against that Galio and Shen that want to be sort of diving on top of you.
So he's looking to rotate your spells and stay alive, do as much damage as possible, and provide that team utility with the shield as well. We got.
Yes,
go on.
No, sorry, there might have been a bit of action, but
no. It's just Team Diamond Volcano heading for the dragon now. It should be a relatively easy pickup. Krabma all around the map so far, really controlling that mid lane and bot lane very, very well.
Yeah, and so like I was trying to say, you want Orianna to be able to get a mana item behind her belt, and then just be able to push to the top, be able to relentlessly push the wave, stop Galio from roaming, and really pressure him with whatever she can. Paul, I'm gonna ask for your help here. I need some commands on the spectate.
Okay, what are you looking for? Okay, as we come in here, more actions. I'll help you in just a second. Cleanse used from the Ash, but that is Shen with the ultimate, as well as Galio ultimate coming down. That is a 5-man party in bot lane, and Dandy didn't stand a chance. They pick up another kill, and there should be plenty of plates here for Cyberbully.
Yeah, that's what you want to see with the Shen. I mean, it's just what you got to expect with a Shen and Galio. They both hit level 6. They both press R on that bot lane, and it is able to absolutely wipe out bot lane. A lot invested for just one kill, I must point out. Getting that Nautilus is good, but he's already 0-2. He's not worth a load of gold. Ash didn't go down, and they only actually managed to get 1 or 2 plates from that entire exchange. So actually, not the most useful play, as we've got another fight in mid lane, and Nautilus goes down.
It is not a good day for Dandy. Just gets caught there in the jungle. But once again, they do burn a lot from there. That is Pure Juice's flash gone, as well as... Joe's not quite 6 there. Krabba is in a super dangerous space. Dives hard under the tower. Taken down by the Orianna Shockwave. Dear oh dear.
That's not how you tower dive. For everyone spectating at home, that's not how you tower dive. As Volibear ults in, Volibear gains a lot of health from that, and this could be a shutdown onto Galio, and they do get the shutdown gold. That's an extra 300 gold. See, this has all been tactical from Dandy. He's actually just inting gold to the Galio so that Volibear can pick it back up. You see, it's all smart, you see. That's all it is.
100%. The Galio goes down, and that should be a ton of gold into Leon's pocket. An extra 600 there. The ultimate coming out big, and the support from the Orianna as well meant that Joey went super low from that exchange. Couldn't support him at all, and he's still not 6, and he's not tanky in the slightest when his Aftershock is down.
Yeah, and although the score might look a little bad, like 2-5, there's only 3 kill difference, and it's actually only a 500 gold difference between the two teams. As Red side are looking to take that Rift Herald, presumably they're going to drop that mid, but that might go top side as well.
The classic rotation here, when the Dragon's down, they're going to roll up to that Rift Herald with their bot side, and Jojo's going to be super careful here. You can see he's backing off right now. But this allows Slated and Danny to take some plates in the bot lane, really gather that gold. Volley Bear's down here as well, as Leon's looking for the dive. British Power now here in a lot of trouble. It should be the torn out. Doesn't quite manage to get that. And the TP in here from Galio will keep him safe. The dive now not on. Oh, Dredgeline just missing from Dandy there, and this should be a disengage.
Yeah, I don't know if you particularly want to land that hook. Yes, you hook the Shannon, but that just sets him up for a nice taunt onto your Ashe. And with Galio there, probably a good reason that missed. Dive going on into top lane, but Ornn is looking to 3v1 as he already picks up the... doesn't quite pick up the Rek'Sai. That's so unfortunate. That's a lot committed, though, from this red side to try and get that top tower. Such a good attempt from Jojo. If he'd have come away with one of those, that would have been brilliant for him. They're still not able to get that tower, so the work he did stopped them from getting that. It might go down to this next wave, but no, they don't actually stay to get that first tower goal. And meanwhile, bot side, we're picking up a load of plates onto this Ashe. So what should have been a nice, easy tower dive ends up going a bit awry there, and keeps the gold lead as even as it was 5 minutes ago, or 2 minutes ago even.
Absolutely. I suppose they have dropped the Herald there, and it was a well-executed tower dive. The Rek'Sai knew exactly when he could use his ultimate, and using the Shen stand united as well to keep him safe. It must be very frustrating for Jojo, who played that super well. Ornn came out, managed to CC the knock-up and ensure that he kept himself safe and doing as much damage as long as possible. Joey taking very low from the tower as well, but I think that was very well executed from Team Down Volcano.
I honestly, Paul, I'm going to disagree with you. I think the fact they had to blow that Shen ult shows how unprepared they were for Jojo's sort of counter-attack. I think they were probably expecting it to be a bit easier than that, and that TP ult coming in from Shen exposed the bot lane tower to trade in plates. So I think all round, actually not a particularly successful use of the Rift Herald from Team Volcano something.
Team Diamond Volcano. No, absolutely. I can understand your point there. I think they are being the ones who are being more proactive thus far, but they forgot Ornn, my fighter, mage, tank, support, Dragonborn.
Yes, assassin, tank, mage.
Exactly. too much for them, doing too much damage. I think definitely that they need to be the proactive ones
they definitely are the ones
scale.
Yep. They are definitely the ones setting up a lot of these fights, but they're not always going in their way as this Mountain Drake does go down. I don't know whether the Demise Academy team was aware of that fight, as we look like we're having a fight on bot side.
Dangerous Robo Slated manages to get away just with the cleanse, but he needs to run right now as he's taking a ton of damage. He dies to the Storm there, Pure Juice, but here comes Orianna. Shockwave lands, he'll drop, but she should be able to pick up Pure Juice here, and now he's in a ton of trouble. Krabma coming for him, the teleport coming down from Shen here. Section Knight flashes away, he's in a much better position now, but he needs to ensure he doesn't get collapsed upon. Cyberbullying as well, in a real tough spot, caught by the Ornn, forced to use that Feather Storm, but oh my goodness, seeing so much damage as those feathers being ripped back in. As Jojo's top now trying to pick up a little bit extra Krabma, going very, very low here. Section Knight needs to rotate his spells, but he is so low on mana. Cyberbully taking so much damage. Oh my goodness! Jojo MVP managed to delete both Krabma and Cyberbully there. Really, really well played. Excellent TP.
Paul, you know when you play a game of League and everything goes wrong for your team?
Yeah.
Well, that is what just happened for for Red Side. That is not what they wanted to happen. They thought that would be an easy pickup on the Drake and an easy pickup on the bot lane. But they go into the bush blind. They didn't realise Volley Bear was also there. Nautilus is able to flash out, save his life. He manages to recall, get back to the fight just at the end there. Demise Academy picks up a load of extra kills there that they shouldn't. They basically robbed them from them, I reckon. That should never have happened. That puts them in the gold lead as well. Yes, they're down 2 Drakes, but that is now a 3-1 Orianna with a gold bounty. She's got her Hextech gun, her GLP 3000 or whatever Heimerdinger decided to call that thing. She is a scary Orianna.
Absolutely, I love the way Tesco Knight played that. I was managed to roll the positioning perfectly. He had to bust his flash to get out there when the TP came in for the British Poro, but he kept himself well on side, didn't panic, and ensured he had the support of his team when he re-engaged. Just buying so much time for Demise Academy. Really well played there for Tesco Knight.
And the point that I brought up earlier came into play there. Lissandra was able to get that play started, but then she died like a sack of spuds to the Ashe, being able to auto her about 3 times to polish her off, I think. Yeah, that Lissandra Galio play we saw in action, but not quite able to be as successful as they were otherwise hoping.
And so, yeah, it looks like the dive coming down here onto Jojo's top. The Ring of Frost used. It looks like Glacial present will be as well. He drops the tower aggro Crabman, but can't quite get away. Oh my goodness! Only just staying alive. Oh, no, he dies. No, Crabman dies to the minions. And now Dredgeline landed onto the British Poro. Slater now trying to follow this up. Not quite able to get the CC down to follow it up. But they are knocking on the doors of this tier 2 tower.
Can we just make a rule that we don't try and tower dive Jojo anymore? Because clearly he knows what he's doing with those tower dives, and Ornn is the tower dive king, able to keep himself alive for so long there, tanks up so much damage, and is able to turn that into a 1v1 whilst the tower drops in the bot lane.
So there's trade 1v1 on towers there. The Goldly stinks very, very similar. Ashe Arrow just missing there, but a ton of damage down the side, probably. Sorry there. Shockwave missing there completely, which is going to force Team Demise to back off.
Yeah, unfortunately, that if you miss that shockwave when you're trying to look for a play like that, it does sort of signify the end of it. Although, Ashe lands a slow onto the Galio here, hasn't got ult, but lands another one. Nautilus has got ultimate if he can get in range. No, they decide to back out from that. Yeah. Pretty simply.
Bilgewater Cutlass used from the Ashe there, but the Protobelt would ensure that Galio managed to walk away from that scot-free. It's quite a difficult champion to lock down, despite the fact he's so big and slow. Rifthold here now started on the side of Team Demise.
And this could be an interesting team fight. Orianna's ult will be coming up soon, and Lissandra just takes half health trade. Oh, she goes in with the Shen ult and the Galio ult. Can she survive through that? Yes, they're able to burst down the Orianna.
Krabma goes down. Joey now switching super low, but Leon is also super low. Jojo is the focus in this fight now. Ashe on the backline, able to just fire away there. Pure Juice super low. He needs to be very, very careful because that one rotation from Jojo will take him down. Slated now on the side. Oh my goodness, Pure Juice is so low, but this should be a disengage from all sides. Unless Jojo can land something here, then he's in a bit of a world of it. Uses that unstoppable to ensure he doesn't get locked up by the Blade Caller from Zaya there. 2 for 2.
Ashe is able to get the Rift Herald in that whole commotion, is able to auto... Yeah, she's able to land that W. Oh, flanche.
You are kidding me. Slated, you are kidding me.
That's... That was pretty impressive. That does mean Ashe will have no flash up for this fight around this next dragon, which is just about to spawn. It's on the map now. I don't know if Demise can get there in time for this, so they might just have to fight for that soul on the next dragon.
Absolutely, it's Ocean Soul as well. Leon goes in, is able to steal. He does manage to steal it. Oh my goodness, flashes out. 3 dragons still there. Well played from Leon, and that's got to be a tilter for Team Diamond Volcano.
Not what you want for Team Diamond, but Team Diamond Volcano, that Ashe picking up the Rift Herald and then losing that, what would have been Soul Point Dragon, really not good for them. It's going to put them behind. This Rift Herald as well dropped in the mid lane. This tower should fall, especially with Orianna ult there too. And the hook lands onto Rek'Sai, stops him from burrowing. No, he's able to get under the other side.
The dredge line lands, but doesn't quite manage to lock him up with those staggering blows. Now here, this should be a relatively easy siege onto mid tower, but that is a 5v5. With Galio and Rek'Sai on the fringes of the fight looking to flank, so Team Demise look to back off that one.
Yeah, it's very strange to see 2 teams with such heavy teamfight compositions, and they just seem to be trading teamfights at the moment. Gold is practically dead even, 1 Drake to Demise Academy and 2 Drakes to Team Diamond Volcano. There we go, I managed to get it out in one sentence that time. I paused, I took my time. A lot of vision going down here, making sure that you can spot that Rek'Sai as she's trying to burrow. And the hook lands onto Rek'Sai. Can she burrow away?
And that is Galio out used on Slated. Just about caught on that. He's managed to get away quite nicely. Danny very low, taken down by the Galio as the Lissandra runs straight in, using that Glacial Prison onto Slated. And he has no cleanse. Joey has to flash away from that now. Some super low health bars. Oh my goodness. Tesconite super low as well, and this is all the Jojo show. He should be able to carry this now. Cyberbully and Joe taking a lot of damage in the back, but Tesconite also very low. Jojo needs to bring this one home for Team Demise. Oh my goodness, and the Shen taunt away leaves that as another 2 for 2. So low, and low health bars everywhere.
And another team fight and another even outcome. Yeah, so we see there again the Lissandra goes in onto the Ashe, lands the CC, and there's no one to follow up, and so she's just got to take all of Ashe's damage to her face, almost drops there, just manages to get out using that claw. Shen as well. I think if Shen was any other champion and wasn't as tanky, that would have been him dropping there as well. So good team fights coming through, good skirmishes. What a great hook that was from Dandy to set that all up, but you've got to be so aware of that Galio ult and that Shen ult coming on top of you. There's not a lot you can do to escape them once they land. So yeah, we're looking at a very high-pressured mid-game here. Lots of action coming through. Item-wise, we're hitting some item breakpoints. Galio has now got his Protobat and his Liandry's, which makes him pretty strong. This Rek'Sai has gone for an Edge of Night, which means he's going full damage. It's very good for assassinating the Ashe, but no one else on their team is really going to struggle up against that Rek'Sai. So he wants to be getting onto that Ashe every team fight. If he can't do that, he could be dropping quite quickly, leaving objectives easy to contest.
Absolutely. However, it will keep you nice and safe from any of the Nautilus hooks that are coming through. Still, it's easy to pop with the Ashe volley. So I was interesting to see how that goes here. Now, we're looking at the British Poro has his TP and his ultimate up, whereas Jojo doesn't have TP at the moment. So if he was going to want to pressure for this top tower, then absolutely brilliant. But what is the game state now, Matt, for Demise, and what do they want to be looking for?
Yeah, so while there's no objectives on the map other than Baron, which realistically no one's going to be able to sneak away so far. I mean, Ashe can always check that with her Hawk shots. There you go. See, I remembered these things. She can always check that. So realistically, sneaking away Baron's not going to happen. So yes, Shen has his TP. Yes, he has his ultimate. But unless a play breaks out for no reason, no particular reason why Jojo can't just pressure this top lane tower. I imagine mid lane towers are looking to go down. We've got low health bar on the red side mid tower, and we've got half health on Demise's side. So yeah, I think the plays will be looking to take those towers down. Realistically, Demise should have the pressure on that, just with Orianna being a ranged champion, and Jojo is going in.
Horn used onto Lissandra, and she's locked it. She forces to go for a prison in the south, but now the hero's entrance onto Crabber, which just about catches Slate, and he should be going down here as the Crabber uses ultimate onto it. However, the real heavyweight fight is now bringing Jojo doing a ton of damage in the back line. Pure low, Cyberbully low, Joey low, British Poro low, and Crabber is the only one on the side of Diamond Volcano with anything on his health bar. He's forced to recall on that side brush. It should be a relatively easy siege in the mid lane push up. So one kill picked up to TDV, but Demise take the initiative and start pressuring down this tier 2 mid tower.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't drop anyone there, all able to live on fractures of health, but should get this tier 2 tower. So actually that gold swing is in blue side's favour, and with Dragon up in 13 seconds, this could be quite a big fight. Don't forget there are very key, all the key ultimates are down from Demise, and most of the ultimates are down from Team Dynamite, Team whoever Volcano.
Oh no, Tesconite here is caught up, he uses cleanse and goes down instantly. Jojo now in a ton of trouble, needs to dash away there. Leon on the backline. This should be a nice easy pickup for Dragon for the side of TDV. They just had the chance to go back by, and then the TP in from the Galio just to crush them out there.
Yeah, this shows you the power of resetting. Sometimes if an objective is coming up, you don't actually want to force to get towers when there's a Cloud Soul threatened on the other side. So they're able to pick that up. They'll be threatening Cloudside on the next spawn. So in 5 minutes' time, we're going to have a big fight around that objective. Demise Academy able to get the towers, but not able to get the fight afterwards in the reset. So not able to spend that gold puts them at quite a bit of a disadvantage, and they're going to have to fight that next dragon.
Absolutely. We're looking now at some real item spikes coming out. So Tesconite has now got his Liandry's. Cyberbully has finished Fire Cannon and his Essence Reaver, whereas Ashe, slated on his Ashe, is only just a few, about 500 gold away from his, what's it called? Ruinous Hurricane, that's the one.
Yes. Do you know what, Paul? I'd quite like to see Knight picking up a Rylai's here. We keep seeing how much mobility and how many times they're escaping on such low health. I think that Rylai's slow might be really crucial in keeping them in the team fight and getting those final ticks of damage onto them. Equally, don't forget we've got Ornn now with 2 upgraded ornaments, and Ashe will be looking for her first one at level 16 when Ornn hits that level. I imagine she'll go for the Infinity Edge, but it could be that Blade of the Ruin King that gets upgraded instead. Absolutely. As we see the mid tower drop and attempt at an engage there from this red side, but not able to pull it off. They're heading over towards Baron, presumably to clear out the vision. I don't think they're brave enough to start it.
It depends. They do have a lot of damage on that team. Now Galio's super strong at the moment, as well as Zaya starting to get her items, but I think you are correct. They're just clearing the vision. They're looking for a pick maybe. They need that distinct advantage before they can look for anything.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they want to look for a pick with this Lissandra, but she is just so squishy. She has bought her Zhonya's now, so that was her first item that she's rushed, which puts her in a bit of a better place to start these engages, especially with those Shen and Galios dropping onto her. But again, her health bar is still quite short, and if she does drop, or is able to unable to get the key ultimate off before those other team members arrive, it could be quite disastrous for them. So yeah, we'll have to keep playing this one through. That Liandry's on Orianna is such a crucial item, with her throwing that ball out so consistently. And also, don't forget the clockwork wind up on her passive. She is able to weave those autos in and really sort of stick on someone, get that damage going down.
100%. We're seeing here as well that Cyberbully was just got a what's the word I'm looking for? Level advantage over Slated. So Slated here, he's been the target of so many of these wombo combo attacks here, as I mentioned from the hero's entrance, or the Rek'Sai burrow into the hero's entrance, which is causing real problems. So he needs to be able to get away from that and survive in these fights to be able to pump out that consistent damage from the Ashe. Still, Tescanite is causing real trouble for Team Dark Volcano on the flanks here, putting out super performance so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I said in our champ select that the Ashe has got a lot to deal with in that back line. They're all diving forwards, and Zaya is able to just sit back and do whatever damage she wants. No one from Demise Academy seems to be able to get into that back line, and Volibear's done it once or twice, and I think that's the only time they've managed to secure an advantage. But with this Ocean Soul coming up in 1 minute and 40 seconds, it's going to be very close for Team Demise Academy to get that objective. It's really going to be key for them. We're looking for an Ashe arrow to land onto a crucial target, whether it be Crabma or Cyberbully. If they can burst either of those down before an objective, that really secures them the fight. Equally, if Ashe can just hold keep herself alive during these skirmishes and able to keep firing off those volleys and those auto attacks with the crits, and we do see the upgraded Might of the Ruin King come through there from the Ornn for that Ashe, so she's got the increased healing there, the increased damage, and percentage burn, I think, whatever it is, the percentage steal. So yeah, yes, that's going to be really crucial for her hitting these big front beefy boys.
And looking at Cyberbully, though, he has picked up his Infinity Edge, and that is the holy trifecta of items for Zaya. Infinity Edge, Essence Reaver, and Fire Cannon. Just because she's going to be doing so much damage, especially with the Blade Caller ripping through those fights. And they've got it set up really, really nicely for this dragon here.
Yeah, she certainly doesn't get any weaker from this point onwards. She will be looking to finish up some more crit items and just be puncturing holes through these tanks. Note that Rek'Sai is committing to this full damage build, so although he's got 4 kills, he has died 5 times, showing that maybe being squishy is not quite what he wants. Ornn's going to go match the Shen in the top lane. Don't forget, Ornn is able to cancel Shen's ultimate with his R, but if he does, that means there's no R for the teamfight, as Ornn is oblivious to the fact that there is a Shen in the bush next to him as we look for this Drake fight.
So this is the one where Demise really have to fight for it. Otherwise, the game's going to go super bad for them. You see them pushing in here now. Well, this is going to be a big one, boys.
Yeah, so Shen is heading up top lane to push in that wave. He can't threaten any objectives whilst this fight is going down. Rek'Sai on the back of the pit in his opponent's side of the jungle, as they seem to have given up priority on this objective. Presumably they're looking for a big team fight, but if they don't get in here quickly, this Drake could already drop.
So Jojo is so tanky and it's going to be so difficult to push through him. It looks like Crabma now looking to start his... Oh dear. Joey forced to use the Glacial Prison on himself, and he should surely be going to Hannah, but he's buying so much time. Crabma going in on Jojo there. Flashes over into the side of the pit, and this is a very split fight. Jojo is taking so much damage. Crabma is on the similar side though, and he goes down. Jojo flashes away. Stopwatch used here by Leon, as finally the hero's entrance is used onto British Pori, who is taking a ton of damage from Slated here. Slated needs to get away from the Blade Caller, otherwise he's going to be in a world of it. Oh no, Joey walks straight into Jojo and is taken down. This is such a close fight. Pure Juice has no mana left. Uses the Dubstep Ignite down as Slated just to force him away. And this should be a pickup on the Drake from Cyberbully, unless he can be stopped here by Tescanite and Slated, who are so low. Redemption coming down though.
Yeah, Demise Academy cannot recall and reset for this. They need to get this objective. If they lose this Ocean Soul, that could be game for them. It looks like Galio is looking to recall and TP back in, but objective could be dead by that point. I reckon. I say Demise just hard commits to this and try and steal it. No, they're going for a kill onto the Xayah. They land the Ashe ult and the Orianna ult, and they manage to pick her up. But Rek'Sai is now back alive. Rek'Sai stomping her way back to this dragon. She's got smite. The rest of her opponents do not. Ashe able to flash over the ball, able to auto that Galio to death. Rek'Sai is going to one-shot the Ashe, but Ornn is not so easy to kill. Nautilus and Volibear return. This is a 20-minute team fight. The Volibear ult goes in. That's going to be a dead Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is out of the fight. We have no smites on either side. And I think we're going to look for a pretty easy reset. Volibear with no ultimate. God, how many time fights last 10 minutes, eh?
Oh my goodness. They're going to give us a heart attack here, mate. Oh my goodness.
So,
just
key
back
points
and forth.
to comment on that. Joey is not able to get his Lissandra engage off, goes into the backline but gets picked off by that Orianna, landing a beautiful ult onto him, forced to ult, forced to Zhonya's, doesn't get to set up the team fight, almost goes down but manages to flash over into the pit. Then we've got the other fight on the other side where Rek'Sai gets burst down, goes down, but Xayah is able to pick up Volibear. Right, Demise have secured an Ocean Drake. Oh god, yeah. Shout out to Roforce in the Twitch chat, who says this is what the NA teams have to watch every LCS weekend, and certainly not wrong on that one. Anyone who watched TL versus Golden Guardians last night will agree that it's all Fiesta City in America. Anyway, back to the actual good regions.
Still such an interesting game.
Volibear and Ornn are so beefy this game. It's so hard for them to get punctured through. Just watching Xayah watching Xayah throw feathers at Ornn does really feel like that's all she's attacking him with. He's got the 2 upgraded ornaments. He is a beefy boy, and he's got 2 utility items. I don't really know if I agree with that. I feel like I'd like to see the locket on the Nautilus as opposed to on the Ornn. I feel like Ornn would be better off with maybe something just a bit more sort of or brutish, maybe a Warmogs, maybe if he really wants to stack up the health bar. But yeah, we seem to be at a pretty close pass as Red Side are looking to start up this Baron.
That death stance completed on the Ashe as well. That should be helping us stay alive, ensuring that she can't get burst down by Krabma, who seems to be living rent-free on top of the Ashe here.
Yeah, Krabma. See, this is the problem with the Krabma full AD build. He lost most of his health bar to lost most of his health bar to Baron there, and you know, if Orianna turns up and lands Ashe Arrow, thank you, hook, and that is a dead Rek'Sai. Please hit the Rek'Sai. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
The
depth charge going down from the Nautilus there that just ensures we secure that one, as well as the last auto attack from Slated. You would have been hard on tilt if he'd managed to get away there, because that was a very easy pickup on the side of Demise, which allows them to push in and take the vision around this Baron.
Demise should be starting this Baron now. They've got 23 seconds with no Rek'Sai, and Rek'Sai can't get there that quickly without her tunnels already set up, so they should be starting this one up. Orianna head over. Ornn has TP. This should be a free Baron, unless Team Diamond Volcano wants to go for this fight, which will be a 4v5.
Obviously, they simply don't have the positioning. You can see Pure Juice is on the fringes of this. He knows he can't do much unless he can pull off the hero play. Oh my goodness, but no, the smite is good from KZ Leon, and this is now Demise in a fantastic position. Their late game coming out strong here.
Paul, my eyes almost popped out of their sockets then with that smite. That was quite late. Junglers, always read the number your smite says, and smite at that number. Don't wait for it to get several hundred below that number, because Galio Q does a lot of damage.
Especially with full AP Galio.
Especially with full AP Galio, who has now got that Sonya's finished. Right, Baron buff picked up for Demise Academy here, starting to pull a bit of a lead in this game. They've now got 2 Ocean Drakes, which will be giving them nice healing. Nautilus hook goes wide on the Rek'Sai, and he is able to just back out of the jungle. Is on vision quite a lot, not using that sweeper, or sweeper is on cooldown even, but could have placed a control ward behind that side of the jungle.
Okay, Matt, what do you want to see here from Demise? They've got the Baron, they've obviously rotated into the sort of a 1-3-1, despite the fact that Leon's come down to the mid lane now. What are they looking to do here?
It's all about the Ash arrows. We've seen how squishy this Lissandra is. We've seen how squishy this Rek'Sai is. If you can pop that spell shield on Rek'Sai and get that Ash arrow onto him, as we're about to see Jojo do.
Knock-up comes through. He flashes the glacial arrow there, ensuring he just keeps himself alive, but super scary stuff for Crabber.
Paul, I believe it's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow, my mistake.
They're using the Baron buff here to siege this tower. They've got 2 siege minions. I'd like to see Ornn stand in front of these minions to keep them alive and body block any skill shots that come towards them, but it seems like Team Diamond Volcano are going to give over this tower. However, they can't keep giving up every objective. Rek'Sai is looking for an engage here, but if he gets onto that backline, I think Ash just solos him, frankly, at this point. That Death Dance on the Ash makes her a lot tankier than you'd think she ought to be.
Absolutely, and Jojo on the front line here. The Blade Caller locking him up for just a second, but the Rex is tickling him. Joey into the backline though, immediately uses that Glacial Prison, and then the Hero's Entrance on top of that, and Slated goes down. Tesco Knight now in so much trouble, but Leon should be able to peel him off there. Pure Juice goes down. Tesco Knight busts that Zhonya's. Oh my goodness though, Cyber Bully on the backline is doing so much damage. The passive there, the Feathers and the Blade Caller ripping through the side of Demise, and that is a 4 for 3.
So you can see exactly how this Team Diamond Volcano teamfight operates. The fact that Ash was able to flash out and live for so much longer really changed the outcome of that fight. But this is an Ocean Soul, and there is one jungler alive, not the other. But a Xayah and a Shen should be able to take this. I think if Volibear goes in for this, he's got to trade his life for that dragon.
Absolutely. Cyberbully, though, has taken a lot of damage from that Ocean Drake. And really, it's down to Kaiser Leon now. See if he can pull out the Miracle Steel. Because the dragon is sat at 2.8k. No one's hitting it. It looks like it's going to reset now. Krabma is back in the running. So this should be a Dragon Soul picked up for the side of Team Diamond Volcano. They pull it out, ensure they can't get to it. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes down, but that is futile. And that is the dragon picked up. And the soul picked up for the side of Team Diamond Volcano.
Yeah, I don't want to point this out, but there's two blue trinkets up on blue side that weren't used for that Volibear, who did have Flash and Smite. Just being able to get in vision of that Drake would have been better to give him an opportunity to steal it. That is an Ocean Soul to red side. Now, Ocean Soul is one of the most ridiculous buffs in the game, but these are scrappy team fights. If champions drop too quickly, then the Ocean buff is not going to be that much useful to them. However, if the fights stay long and drawn out the way they have been, then obviously it's going to be very beneficial and gives them very much the advantage for this game.
Absolutely. I'd just like to point out in that last game, when you got the big tanks like the Shen, like the Galio, they love that Ocean Soul because it keeps them alive for so long. As it looks like Joe's slightly out of position, rooted up by that Blade Caller. But they just, the side of T-Down Volcano decide it's too deep, and they back off.
Yeah, I'd like to see Demise pushing topside now with that inhib down in the bot side. They really would have free pressure to get some free gold on that third tower top, and maybe even the second tower, because Shen will have to stay and defend against that super minion wave. Obviously, he's got his ult, and they would be looking for an engage, but I think that's their best opportunity now. What they're doing at the moment, just this Aram in mid, doesn't really pay off for them, especially with the Shockwave going wide with that Glacial Prison going down from Joey. And he's taking so much damage. Crumber has to use the Void Rush, and he goes down. Slater now in a good position. His appeal back from all these tanks, but there is a lot of Ocean Soul going on. My goodness, though, taking so much damage. Cyberbully needs to go down here. He takes a ton of damage, but he eventually falls, and that is a full ace on the side of Demise. Some really amazing positioning and kiting there from Slated. Yeah, and at 38 minutes into the game, with 50 seconds on these death timers, that is probably game from Demise here. Absolutely fantastic team fight from them. Paul, I'm gonna blame purely on this full damage Rek'Sai build. That's what happens when you build those items on a champion who needs to get under someone. Literally, you get one shot, and what can you do when your jungler disappears in a second?